The TTF and NBP front month products started to move sideways on the daily chart, but we were just at the beginning of a down leg last Friday. So there's a good chance that we might continue lower within a clearly defined range at the start of this week. The seasonal products failed to push significantly higher, so we might see a little bit more of a sideways move as well. The German power frontier is moving sideways on the hourly chart, and the bearish setup is still tentative on the daily chart. Only EUAs are setting up a tentative bullish pattern on the hourly chart that should lead to more gains, but here once again, this is just tentative. Hi, my name is Marcello Colax. I'm the managing director at Clever Markets, and today we're going to have a look at the European charts for the week starting 13th of October 2025. Of course, everything that we are sharing here today is just my personal opinion and not an invitation to trading, and can also not be constituted as trading advice. And this is the TTF sentiment poll results for the week starting 13th of October 2025. And the first thing you might notice is, hey, where are those people who voted for sideways? And I have to admit, I simply forgot to put in the sideways option into the survey at the start of this week. So please do take this with a pinch of salt. But what we can see is that the majority of the market seems to be bearish inclined, and way fewer traders are going for the bullish case. And you can see this has been a complete flip from one week to another. Of course, this here is not a representative of the market simply because I forgot the sideways option. So this is the overview that our dashboard clients are getting this morning. And you can see that the TTF and the NBP and as well German power and EUAs have all flatlined, and we are working within clearly defined ranges that we'll talk about in just a second. Only the EUAs look like they should be pushing higher fairly soon. Now, one super interesting thing or important thing to mention here is that we at Clever Markets, we are not trying to predict the markets. So a downside is not predicted at the start of this week. It is simply showing us what the market state currently is. So last Friday, most markets were pushing lower. They were below their trend lines. So that means they have turned bearish. Now, throughout the analysis today, you'll see that bearish enthusiasm has significantly declined. Downlegs have become shorter. The momentum isn't there anymore. So there is still a good chance for the market to start moving sideways as well. Hey, Marcello here. Again, we are helping European energy trading teams with implementing best systematic trading practices. We help speculative traders find the best possible entry, exit, and stop loss placements. And we do help physical traders with buying below the reference price. There's a good chance we're already working with most of your counterparties. So if you want to know what your competition is up to, get in touch with me. Send me a DM on LinkedIn or contact us via our website, clevermarkets.com. And now back to the markets. The TTF front month is moving sideways in the 31.04 and 30. So this is not a very wide range, and you can see it only takes 2 or 3 candles to reach the upper end or maybe the lower end of this rectangle. So that tells me also that it is best to trade this on the lower level charts, on the hourly charts, because there we're dealing with swings. You can also see that trend and momentum tools have flatlined, like the MACD or the moving averages. I would also not recommend using Bollinger Bands or Ichimoku clouds or RSI or anything that is based on trend or momentum tools. Usually, I would start recommending oscillators because they still give us like bearish signals, bullish signals, but because the range is so small, also not very useful. So here we really go into the hourly chart where we see that, let me zoom out, there you go, that the market is still swinging, and this is a little bit easier to trade overall. So let's have a look. We are now working with this descending trend line, but we have observed that the down legs are getting shorter and shorter, and this is usually a sign of bearish exhaustion. This bearish exhaustion is also showcased on the MACD, where we are no longer going down very strongly. We're going down less strongly right now. So that usually means a little bit of a sideways move. So that does make us very, very sensitive to any sort of bullish fundamental news because it would be more easy for the market to break past this descending trend line. I don't think that we would move into full on bullishness. If anything at all, the alternative case for us is a swing sideways within a yet undefined border. I want to say maybe 31.76, maybe 32.3, which is the most recent peak and trough, but also a sideways range that's a little bit wider also seems plausible. So do keep an eye on it, and I definitely want to see a move below 31.76 before continuing my bearish stance. So it is very, very wobbly for the bears right now. And that's all for the TTF front month.